يلا شو اخباركم وش مسوين؟ وياكم اخوكم احمد نشيد ديريكتور من قناه دفز جيم موقعنا دفز جيم دوت نت. براويكم من برا الحين التريلر الخاص بدستني. احنا مع الحين راح نلتقي مع رئيس استوديو بنجي بيت بيترسون. راح نلتقي وياه وراح نسوي مقابلة سريعة. راح المفروض هاي الفيديو رقم 2000، هاي الفيديو المفروض يكون رقم 2000، بس ما برفعه الحين لين ما يقولون يسمحون لي اني ارفع الفيديو. بس دستني راح تشوفون الحين الفيديو بعد شوي. بعد شوي راح نبدأ المقابلة بعد شوي. First of all, can you tell us about Destiny and remind our viewers about Destiny?
Yeah, well, Destiny is Bungie's next big action shooter. For us, it's the culmination of decades of work, and I think in many ways the game that we've always wanted to make, and hopefully the game that people have always wanted to play. So what does that mean? Well, we have a lot of experience making Halo, making shooters, and bringing together people online. But we knew, actually we've known for quite a long time that we think there's a next big step. And that's a few things. One is it's building and growing a character over time, combined with this great action shooting mechanic that people really love, and certainly we really love. And then it's taking all of these different gameplay types, great story, campaign, narrative, great cooperative play, great intense multiplayer, and wrapping them up into one living world so that it's not just this collection of games sitting on DVD that you put into your drive, that it's a world that I get to visit and be a part of. If we do all that, we do it all right, I think we'll really define how people think about shooting games for the next generation.
There was a question.
Yes.
Most of our viewers wanted to know, should they always be connected to play Destiny?
Well, so in Destiny, you'll always need to be connected to play. And the reason why we do that is that we've created this populated living world. Even if you play by yourself and you're on great story, you're going to walk out into an open plain and you're going to see a lot of people around you. And we think that's really exciting. It's really exciting to get this sort of great tight story that Bungie, that we know and love. But when you walk out in this great world, you're among other people, and you can choose to join in the activity they're doing, or you can continue on to do your own thing. And because you're going to have characters that you grow and build and invest in over time, the only way to do that in a populated world is to be connected. Yeah.
And what about the partnership between Bungie and PlayStation?
Well, yeah, I mean it's really exciting. So we spent the last 10 years on Xbox, and we'll be back on Xbox again. You know, those people are our friends. We certainly did a lot of really great things together. But do you know it's been since 2001 since a Bungie game has been on PlayStation, and we're storytellers. And as storytellers, you want to be on as many
Consoles
and as many consoles and platforms as you can. And so that's really an exciting opportunity for us. And I think the other thing is there's a lot of places where PlayStation is strong or stronger than Xbox. And
like
so it gives us a new opportunity to talk to an audience that it's been a long time since we talked to, or we've never had the opportunity to talk to them.
What's gonna be the difference between the current gen build for Destiny and the next generation build for Destiny?
I mean, that's a really good question. So first and foremost, we're going to be on both generations, and you're going to have a great experience on both generations. And I think one of the things, if I use PlayStation as an example, is we told them what our vision for the game was going to be early on, to be connected, to move people playing together and people socializing together, instead of on the periphery, on the outside of what we're doing, to being at the center of what we're doing. And for them, they were like, well, that's what we're trying to do with our platform. And so that was a really exciting opportunity. You know, we're going to be able to, it's going to be a lot of really pretty stuff. And I think there are a lot of interesting things we're going to do, but the core game experience, will not be significantly different on either of the generations. Yeah.
It's just going to be the difference between the graphic and
it'll certainly be richer.
content.
Well, and there's certainly services that will, certainly online services that will just make that experience more interesting, or in the future allow us to do more things with. So, and I'll give you an example of that. In 2004 we released Bungie.net, and I think it was pretty revolutionary at the time. And that's an important deal to us. Community and the ability to connect people outside of the core game are really important. So when you move community to the center of what you're doing, you need to make sure you have a lot of tools to have to be able to create meaningful experiences on something more than just the core platform itself. And so that's where they're spending a lot of their time, and that's also really exciting for us because we have big plans for other devices.
So, are we gonna see Destiny in PS Vita or any handheld console?
So what I think you're likely to see is experiences in things that you would do on other devices, like a phone or a tablet, that you wouldn't be able to do on the console itself. One of the rules we set out for ourselves for a number of things, even with our music, was that anything that we do outside of the core game has to be a meaningful experience. Utility is great, like checking my stats is great, joining groups, chat, presence, all of those things are really great. But you have to have some really big, meaningful thing that you can do that's exclusive to that platform.
Is it gonna be like a social network for Destiny?
I certainly think there will be elements. I mean, even if you look at Bungie.net today, years after shipping a Halo game, we have millions of people coming to Bungie.net to talk with each other and to connect. But I'd like to think that there are things that we'll do that you couldn't do inside the core game, but will impact the core game in and of itself. And that even if you never decided to play Destiny, there'd be something fun and interesting for you to do there. And those are some of the experiences that we're playing around with. And even things like I mentioned before, the kind of the meaningful things was important to us. Even the music, which we have a significant amount of music for, and you heard some Marty play some of it. Even all of that music has its own story, has its own fiction, and has a journey that we take people on. And even if they never read that story or experience it, hopefully they can hear the thinking that went into building that out. Yeah.
So the last question, I have to ask about translation and subtitle and localizing the game to Arabic.
I knew you would ask that. I was prepared. We talked about it before. And the way I look at it is, so for us, we want to make sure that people can enjoy the Destiny universe wherever they are. That's not only it's not only whatever platform they're on. It's kind of whatever their mood is too. And hopefully we can provide a great experience no matter what your language. That said, we're trying to focus on just making sure that the core game experience at launch is fantastic. And then we have a great partner in Activision. We have a great partner with the platforms we're working with as well. And we'll figure out where the market lies in front of that. And I know I'll still be talking with you, both at hopefully at E3 and beyond. And this is absolutely a topic of conversation we should continue talking about.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
شنب